Welcome to the undisclosed location in some mobile van somewhere that may or may not have a Wi-Fi network that says FBI surveillance van. But anyway, we are back with our supporters stream, and we are back on Jitsi because Verizon decided that they were going to go ahead and give us more than 30 gigabytes of data. So I think we can actually pull this off. We're going to run it. I upgraded to the highest tier possible, which is 150 gig. Oh man, I was thinking about if I could pull that other video off the other computer, but I didn't get a chance. Again, we'll talk about it later, but I don't have a specific agenda. I actually pulled an all-nighter because I yesterday or today, I guess, was the day it was the official move-out day. And so I am officially a dude who lives in a van down by the river. I don't have any place called home other than this van. So it starts the journey today, but I'm too exhausted to tell you a whole lot more about it because about 2 in the morning, I'm like, this is getting late. About 3 in the morning, I'm like, how much more to go? About 4 in the morning, I'm like, oh, Lord help me. About 5 in the morning, I'm like, oh, I got to tear apart the water system. About 6 in the morning, I had to go to Walmart because the bathroom has these weird lights that I had to go and buy one specially. Don't go to Walmart at 6 in the morning. So I'm like pretty much dead. So I'll hopefully you guys will help on. How's it going, Dan?
It's going pretty good. I ain't really been doing much at all except playing Cyberpunk for the last few days and doing some house cleaning.
Cool. Very good. Salbu, how you doing up there in Norway?
I'm doing fine. I just noticed this today that it's again getting dark outside in the night. So,
can we hear my fan noise? I forgot to turn the fan down. If there's a low
I don't
hum,
hear it.
You guys watching the stream, let me know if you hear the low hum of the fan. I can turn it down. I usually turn it down to the lower settings when we start. Forgot to, but if I stand up and do that, you'll see a shot.
And if they do hear a fan, they might hear my fan on my new system. So.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is we are trying this without headphones because my system has a headphone jack, but it kind of puts the cord for the headphones like right in front of the camera view because if you guys ever just moved out of a house or something, you know the chaos that ensues right after, that's where I'm at, only I'm in a small van. And so all of the stuff that I don't know exactly where it is yet is sitting on my desk. I actually can't see my desk. I mean, I have odd random stuff. There's multiple water bottles. I'll just drink from them and throw some away. I mean, I got a can of cat food. Yeah, kitty food. There's some celery sitting over there. It's kind of just out of the view there. And, you know, here's what I'm using for coffee. I did find this early van life learning. French press sucks for making coffee in the van. I'm actually using just a tea cozy. Works best ever. Very minimal cleaning and stuff. And then it's got tons of other random stuff laying up here. I found a cat toy. Yeah. Here, kitty, have a cat toy. Kitties are like, dude. They're down here. They're in the van. They're chained to... All right, guys, as nerdy and weird as this is, they're chained to my carbon dioxide tank.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's good, and I'm getting them acclimated to being in the van, so I have them chained up right now, and soon I'll be able to take the chains off, I'm sure. America's Finest, how's it going there? Moonbase Alpha Grace, take me to your leader. Andy Crowley, hello to you. Steve's very own, greetings. Okay, everyone says it's fine. Just don't stand up. Yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine. Please don't stand up. Yeah. Oh, I am wearing clothes. I'm not playing Brian Stelter filming in my underwear. I mean, it looks like a nice woods back there, but I'm actually in a friend's yard. And so, you know, if it were in the middle of nowhere, I might be, but I'm not going to.
I saw an article a few weeks ago about some purchase statistics from shops in Norway. And the shops who are selling clothes and jackets and pants and so on, they were selling a huge amounts of t-shirts and shirts and jackets, but almost no pants of any kind last year.
Well, you know, you'll get that. Vacuum cleaner reviews. What should I put on my Nexus 5X? If you would like current support, security support and updates, you want to run EOS. That's the only phone ROM that I know is currently rolling out security updates on the Nexus 5X. If you don't care, I use Lineage. I'm a Pierce. What can I say? Yes, they call him Nature Boy. There you go. Need a van tour. Yes, I will get the van tour in. I threw up the first rambling head, talking head video in the van on the new van channel. I will get the van tour up as soon as I make that final run to storage and get the van to the point where it's going to be where I'm living in it. I don't want to do a van tour right now with all the stuff, and it will be coming very soon. So I might do the storage run this week. I might do the storage run next week. So
you're not quite ready to blow town yet.
No, not yet. I have one more load of things that needs to go out to storage, and I just need to make the decisions about those miscellaneous little items that I didn't know what to do with from out of the house. And so I threw everything in the van to make quick decisions. And now that I'm sitting on top of it all, it forces myself to make the decisions quicker. Feline abuse. All right. Nexus has Lineage currently on it. All right. So, I mean, I run Lineage, but there's that. All right, so what is the van channel? Let me make sure I have my link correct here, and then I will paste it in. I'm pretty sure this is it. Okay.
Van channel.
Let me go ahead. Okay, so the channel is called Tux Traveler. And to find it, I just have my short link, owic.li/van. So I just the first starting one there. Let me know how that logo looks. I kind of threw it together pretty quick to get something out. But I don't know.
Where'd you paste it?
I pasted it in the YouTube chat. So it's
okay.
owic.li/van.
So this is going to be your new channel.
Yep, this is going to be the one with the van adventures and the van builds. And we're going to do a little bit of crossover when we get into like the deep, dark, techie stuff. I'm probably going to put most of that on the Linux channel and cross-promote the channels together. Because on the van build stuff, I mean, they don't care if I'm running an IoT router with pfSense running through a network switch and an open media vault on a Raspberry Pi, but the Linux channel would probably be like, that's really cool. And so I'll do a little bit of crossovers with that when we're ready. And I need to get the van tour up there before I do anything else on that front. But there we have it. So that is ready to go. I'm not promising a number of videos on any channel this week. This is like the week of decompression. 3 weeks ago, I was at camp. 2 weeks ago, I was at a conference. Last week was the entire week was just cleaning an entire house. This week is like the first week that I don't have serious, crazy time responsibilities, and I might go veg out. So I'm running right now on like, I took a 2.5, 3 hour nap this afternoon before I handed in the keys. And, wow, I'm exhausted. I am totally exhausted, and I have a headache, and I'm just like, but I said we're going to try and do a stream, and I can do a stream. So we're going to do a stream. So help me out.
So if Tom falls asleep during the stream, it's going to be a very long supporter stream.
That's right. Somebody in the house up here might come out and be like, hey, I did tell him I'd wrap up about 8. We're going to throw a little bonfire up here at 8. I pretty much contributed like 4 or 5 bookshelves, bunch of other things, a lot of stuff. Basically, I'm burning about a quarter of what was in my house. In the bonfire in the backyard at 8 o'clock. I don't want to miss it. So we will be done about 8. So if I pass out, I'm sure somebody will come by and, come get me or something. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. Looks great. And yeah, the view you're looking at right now, guys, this is in the van. This is actually my side sliding door. We have a mosquito net there, so I can have the sliding door open. And there's actually, I don't think you guys can see it. They can on the supporter stream. There's actually a baby gate back there, which kind of keeps the cats from jumping
climbing
out
the screen.
Yeah, they won't climb the screen, but they might try and get out. When I was putting them in here, the one CJ is like, "You're putting me where? Oh, hell no." And he like bolted out, but I had him on a leash, so he couldn't bolt far. But he's just like, "I'm out of here." But he actually really, really likes the curtains. And so when we're camped out, he actually hides behind the curtains and just sits in the dark curtains, because the curtains I have over here, they're blackout insulation curtains. So the front cab of the van, even with the Reflectix, can get quite a bit warmer than the back. And so I have insulated curtains and they're blackout. And so he like hides under the blackout curtains and loves it. TJ
I think it's just that he doesn't like the camera.
Well, no, he's the one that likes the camera. TJ is over here. She's commandeering my bench that I'm usually on, so I'm actually sitting a little lower than I usually am when I'm doing these. But if this is a good angle, we'll go with it. But I don't know. We'll see. But she's commandeering that, and that's that. Will you move Van to Iowa? Van Iowa? What? Van Iowa? To? Wait, what's Van Iowa? Van Iowa? Clarify, Frosty Flake. You will need to take it easy, Tom. Yes, I do need to take some time off. Unfortunately, I used all my time off going to conferences and camps. And so, yes, that's why this week I'm not making any solid commitments on videos. On Switch to Linux channel, probably expect to see one video between Monday and Wednesday sometime. And then we'll try and do supporter stream, and weekly news roundup obviously happens. And but other than that, I am going to really take it easy this week, and so because I really need to. So but I will be around though. Oh no, you're burning the... Yes, I am burning the leaning bookcase. Absolutely, I am burning the leaning bookcase. Burning that. I'm burning the bookcase, the black bookcase that was in the office. I think we're burning the little bookcase that was in the bedroom, and a bunch of other little miscellaneous things.
Those were made out of particle board, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of those a long time ago, and eventually I could not reassemble them after I'd moved. So, because the screws wouldn't take anymore. So I wound up doing the same thing and having a big old bookcase burning party.
VanLink does not respond, really? It responded for me. Is VanLink responding for anybody else?
Van what?
The link for the van site?
Yeah, I just subscribed to it.
Okay. Let me try that again for you guys. I'm going to just paste in the raw ugly one. There you go. There's the raw ugly YouTube link. So see if that works for you, Jeffrey. Hey, we already got 2 views in an hour. So update on campsites. Let's just talk about some of the early van stuff, things. Unless there's other tech topics. I have been a little out of the loop on tech, other than telling you the experiences trying to get good internet. But there's, for about, I don't know, at least a week this coming month, I'm going to spend kind of in the mountains back where I'm at. There's six sites back there that you can drive into, and I drove into one of them today. The one, it's actually about 1.5 miles from my old house, right? So I park in there, looks great. My primary phone does not get signal. The Verizon phone, I wouldn't rely on it. But because I have a cellular antenna on the roof of the van, I was actually able to get good 3G internet. So I could get 5 down. I could only get like 0.2 up. So it was going to be like 1 hour and 5 minutes to upload that first video, that rambly, unedited video. So I did that. And then I was like, okay, we're not going to run that right now. So I canceled that, drove over here where I'm at now, hit the upload button, and it uploaded in 10 seconds.
You know, it was really weird earlier this week. I think it was Wednesday. I needed to make a phone call. It was Tuesday. I needed to make a phone call, and none of my phone calls would complete. And Friday, I had updated my iPhone to the latest iPhone version. I just finally, let's get it over with, you know. And I hadn't used the phone since for anything really. So, Tuesday, I went to make some phone calls, and the phone just didn't do nothing. It just didn't even dial or anything. So, I got out of my chair, ran out to my truck, ran down to the Verizon store, and they said, yeah, the phone service is down until tomorrow.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, they had a major outage. And it was like Saturday, a bunch of major storms came through here in a tornado, and they were having, but it's like I'm in the store, and I'm looking at other phones and stuff like that. About every 2 minutes, a person's walking in the door. My phone don't work anymore.
That's crazy.
Because they didn't have a landline like I did, to actually call and find out.
I had they were calling, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I forget because of how crazy it was. I think it was yesterday. It's the not sleeping thing messes with your days. And so they were calling for a tornado watch all day, but nothing ever came. We had one realm of fire come through, and that was about it. How big is the fire pit? It's oftentimes big enough that the tree branches about 20 feet higher sometimes get burnt. This isn't our first go around making a bonfire out here. This is the super secret compound location. We're well protected. Let's see. Is it possible to make a decent Linux smartphone? Yes, it is. I think that the work that Pine is doing right now is some of the best. Pizza Loving Nerds channel is the best place to go for that. He actually writes the content for what Pine is doing, and so he gets a chance to play with a lot of the phones as they're rolling out. So absolutely, it is. We're not there yet, but I think it's getting there.
Yeah, there's another Linux phone. I think it's called Lenovo or something like that. It's from over in Europe, and they have their own operating system on it, or you can order one. You Ubuntu Touch on it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I just skimmed across it. It came up in my suggested YouTube watches.
Let's let's chat real quick about the was it the Freedom phone, I think, that came out? I'd avoid it. This is another one of these cases where companies are coming up and trying to use a right-leaning brand in order to make sales on crappy products. We have somebody at church that subscribes to, these groups' catalogs, and they're bringing like solar panel stuff, and they're like, is this the type of solar panel I need? I'm like, that solar, I have 500 watts of solar on my roof. I think I paid $500, about $100 per watt. This pretty much same stuff they're charging like twice as much for because it has Patriot in it. And it's like, I'm all for your services, but it's like, no, just because it has Patriot in it doesn't mean your money's going to a good thing. In fact, we saw this with the Black Rifle Coffee Company. They seem to have kind of gone out and weird, and I'm never a big fan of subscription model of any services anyway, so I've never cared about them. But, they came out and basically said, yeah, we were profiteering off of the fact that people will buy from companies on the right just because they're on the right, and I don't think that that's good necessarily. I guess making a sole determination of your purchases based on political views, but I don't know.
They're having these problems also with, technical stuff like RAM. It doesn't run at the speed that it's advertised at anymore. And I think we're getting to the point where some of this stuff that they actually rejected when they were selling a couple years ago, now they're going back to the reject pile and fishing out what they can actually get away with selling.
Yeah, pretty much. What's a good way to back up all of your apps from Nexus to my computer? As far as this app backup, I would just use the backup utility in Twerp. That's what I would use. Am I going to chase tornadoes? No. I will not be chasing tornadoes.
Yeah, you don't chase tornadoes with your house.
I mean, I'm in a mobile house. I will probably try and drive away from the tornadoes if I know they're coming. Like,
so you're not creating a Twister 3 movie?
Yeah, I mean, really, I want to go visit Florida. I'm not going to go visit Florida in hurricane season, okay? No. I mean, if I had a pile of other things and 15 spare cars, sure, I might go chase tornadoes. We're down to what I got here, folks. Can Android 4 be upgraded manually to Android 6? I don't think so. I have no idea. I don't think so. Because I think really you needed the update for whatever the phone happened to be. And so, like with Nexus, my phone... which was originally a Google phone, they stopped supporting it a while ago. Even Lineage stopped supporting it. Graphene doesn't support it, but EOS does. So if I wanted to make sure that I had the latest and greatest software on my phone, I'm going to want to run. EOS is what I'm going to want to run. But that's, it's going to depend on your phone model as well.
Yeah, Android is not too generous about pushing out updates. You get an Android phone, you're lucky if you get 2 of them in the phone's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I kind of got in a discussion with a bunch of other guys, Android versus Apple. And as long as you can get a battery or a screen for your iPhone, Apple is still pushing updates all the way back to iPhone 6. And, that weighs against the price of the phone. The phone goes much farther, but you pay more money for it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't do anything on my phone that's anything beyond talking on the phone and, checking the occasional website or something. So I don't necessarily care as much as I probably should, but whatever. This is a good one, Hanger 18. Network, do solar panels support inverters for onboard desktops in large vehicles? Well, I am running this stream on a Ryzen 5 1600 with a 750 watt power supply. It's external graphics card off of a battery in this system that's being charged with solar panels. So I would say yes. Now, it's not the solar panels that's doing the inverting, it's the batteries. So what you need is you need your batteries, and then you need a charge controller. Now there's different ways of doing it. I got started, if you're new on solar and you have some flexibility, get one of the, is it PWH or PHW, the cheap charge controllers, just to play around with it. If you break one, boop, they're $20. I have in this van, I have like a $200, $300 charge controller. It's an MPPT charge controller, which gets me a whole lot of energy efficiency. So your solar panels feed power into a charge controller, which constantly monitors the state of the battery, and then it will adjust the voltage in the whole system to account for what the battery needs. That keeps the battery charged. Now, if I'm running a day where if it's really sunny out and I have everything turned on, then what happens is everything everything gets in there, and it will be feeding the power system just off of what's in the solar. Otherwise, it pulls from the batteries. But yeah, I'm running a 1500 watt inverter. I could have gone up to a 2000 watt inverter, but I thought I was going to do a 1500 or 150 amp battery management system for my batteries. I ended up doing a 200 instead. So I could have done the 200 watt. I just didn't. I'm getting some feedback from...
Yeah, we got a new participant.
Yeah.
We have a super chat.
Yep, we'll mute that. All right. Jim, thank you for the... Oh, I'm sorry, that's Chris. Thank you for the super chat. Jim, thank you for the comment. Get to that in a second. He's laughing. Nah, it's a laughing kitty. Hey, kitty, are you laughing? Kitty's over here like, I'm not laughing, I'm sleeping. I got a sleeping kitty and I have an eating kitty. I gotta let these guys out sometime. Get them out some exercise.
Hang on, I gotta get my wallet so I can at least match that super chat.
Oh, I appreciate it, Dan. No problem. Bring back the flip phone. All right. Tom the Tortoise with his mobile home. That's right.
But did you have flip phones again now? They just flipped the wrong way.
They what?
They flipped the wrong way. Previously, they flipped from the bottom to the yeah. But now they flip from the side.
I actually have an Alias 2. It flips both ways. Tom the Tortoise and his mobile home. That's right. That's right. G5 Android updates twice a month at times. All right. Deep cycle batteries. Yeah, I'm running. So my lithium batteries. You guys know I'm a DIY geek. I built my batteries. So I just bought individual lithium cells. I have 8 lithium cells. Each individual cell is 100 amp hours and 3.2 volts. So I got my 8 cells. I paralleled them into 4 groups, making a 200 amp hour, 3.2 volt, and then I series those together to make a 12 volt, 200 amp hour battery attached to BMS. And those are lithium phosphate. So they are, they're really energy efficient. They last about 10 years at least. Yes, they are deep cycle. That's what you need. Now, I was doing a lot of my earlier testing with crappy AGM batteries because I had one around for my early tests. And so that is that. Hello, not Gary. Greetings. It's a cheap phone I can get and run Lineage OS, and you have Verizon Wireless Advanced user number. I do not have Verizon Wireless Advanced user number. If you want Lineage OS, like I am so out of date on what is in all of the phones. It's just on a market I'm looking at on a regular basis. If you want just something that's super cheap that's still supported, hey, the Nexus 5X EOS, which is based on Lineage, that still gets security updates. Very good. Thank you, Dan. Gas money. Yeah. That's about 5 miles.
Yeah. Between the two of us, you should have a quarter tank.
No, I threw $25 in it today, and that gave me about 180 miles. I actually get remarkably good gas mileage in the van. I'm actually averaging sometimes between 16 and 17 miles to the gallon, which is quite shocking for a van that's my house. In fact, I was talking about that to a friend, and his Xterra, gets the same thing. So
yes, I'm watching.
There's a car coming.
A new channel. Someone, Life of Lind, I think he's calling the channel. A few months ago he bought 1986 motorhome, luxury RV, and last weekend he had it for his first actual test as a camping vehicle.
Good evening.
It uses a huge amount of gas.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mark, how's it going?
Hey, Mark.
Pretty good. I know I'm a little far away from the mic, about 4 feet or so.
We can actually hear you really well, though, today, surprisingly.
Yeah. Woo! I am so happy, finally.
We'll do a video on the battery setup. Yes, I will. That will probably be on the van channel rather than the Linux channel, although I can probably promote it a little bit over here. So if you guys came on late, the van channel is going to be at owic.li/van. That is where I'm going to be uploading van-specific content, and then if it's geeky crossover, I'll probably put it on Switch to Linux as a means to just cross-promote the channels. So I just posted that in the chat as well.
How is the van life going?
Well, it's day 1, Mark, and I stayed up all night last night to get everything out of the house.
Yeah,
so,
I heard you talking about that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll put it to you this way. I have a goal of crossing 10,000 steps every day. I crossed 10,000 steps at 7:45 this morning, if that tells you how my day has been.
Yeah, I think, wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
So right now I'm at
That'll
like
do it, though.
15,000. So I got like 3 hours of sleep, I think, 2.5, 3 hours of sleep. Handed in the keys. I went for a celebratory large ice cream dish, and then I drove on a mountain road in the middle of absolutely nowhere, stopped at a campsite, literally down by a river, and sat there and vegged out like this to some YouTube videos for about an hour and a half because I'm exhausted. And then I came back, and I'm at a friend's house now. We're going to have a big old bonfire tonight, and absolutely. Thank you, Clean, for the super chat. I always appreciate that.
Don't forget your skeeter repellent.
Yes,
Well,
I actually
I'm just
have.
happy I got at least one half of it working.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the camera
so
does.
You can't really see where it's at, but you'll see this on the van tour. Above the door, I utilized that tiny little gap. I made this giant micro shelf that just has going across a Swiss Army knife, bags, which are basically staging garbage bags, some paper towels, binoculars, work gloves, sunscreen.
Well, there you go.
Bug repellent, water
Minimalist,
shoes,
I like it.
safety glasses, duct tape, and an umbrella. So,
Everything like, you could need any one of those at any given time or not at all. Who knows?
yeah, and it's like it's all really tiny stuff, and so I was like, well, where do you put that? And so I went ahead and just put that over all in that one spot.
Yeah, placing stuff in a van is
I'm
a real
thrilled for you,
job.
man.
I had a work van, and
I'm having
putting all your
fun vicariously through you. Go ahead.
putting all your tools and stuff, and they don't all fit in the toolbox. You got to find shelves and places to stuff them in. And then when you're going down the road, you discover you got to go buy a bunch of bungee cords and bungee strap all this stuff in place.
Oh, I got bungees. I got bungees.
I bet you do.
I actually got I got a tool kit from like Lowe's or whatever. I just kept it in the thing they sell it in, and I just screwed it to the wall. And so I have a bank of wrenches. So let's see. What happened to the house? Burnt it with fire. No, I handed in the keys and we're done. I was renting a place, so I let them know in February that I'm not renewing, and that really put the pressure on. March I bought the van, and from March to now, I have been building this van. So this was a completely empty cargo van when I bought it, and I literally built a tiny house on top of everything else I was doing. So if you're wondering, am I frazzled or are you losing interest in Switch to Linux? No, I've actually been building a tiny house.
Was he going to raise, if you don't mind me asking, was he going to raise your rent for another year lease?
Yes, it was going to go up like $50, I think.
Ouch.
I'm just happy for you that you're able to live your dream out and do the stuff you want to do at such a young age.
Yeah, well, that's
you're very blessed.
And on the little talking head video I threw on the van channel today, I just really talked about, this isn't something that's new. This was actually, I put this plan into effect 3 or 4 years ago. I forget.
Yeah.
It was 2017. So whenever that was. It is really when I started planning and purposing and researching. And this is why my channel has done a whole lot of micro scaling and low power things. If you go back, this is why.
It all adds
because
up.
Because a lot of what I was doing was literally building the individual components and testing it on an AGM battery in my office. Really what we were doing. And so I was just keeping it secret. I should look at a drone. So there is a drone on my list. The cheapest one that would do good footage is going to cost me about $500. I would like to get it sometime soon, but I need to clear out some of the costs that I spent putting in this. Like in the 3 months, I dropped $10,000 into just building this on top of the price of the van. So I need to recover from that. But there's also some issues with filming with a drone and then putting it on a YouTube channel. Now we fought for and we got the right to film in national parks just a few couple months ago. We can now, as YouTubers and van lifers, we can now go into national parks and film. Finally, we weren't allowed to do that. Now we're working on being able to film with the drone. Because technically you need an FAA commercial license to use drone footage. I might have a little workaround around that, but I need to research it some more. But yeah, it's on my list, but I'm not going to prioritize it until I can, like really easily monetize any footage that I take with a drone. Yes, I'm having the van life. Friend's house barbecue. That's right. Yep. I do between 20,000 steps a day in work and run about 40 to 50 miles a week. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. There was a time
drones,
I did that.
This year we in Norway new rules started to applying, whereby everyone who are to fly a drone outside need a commercial drone license.
Oh, that's insane.
Previously, you could fly up to maybe 100 meters.
That is how it is around here too. To fly a drone, you actually have to apply for a drone permit.
Yeah.
And you have to have little numbers. You got to have them etched or stenciled or somehow secured to the side of the drone so it can be identified anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Hold on. There was something. Oh, is it Norway? I forget where I was watching a guy who lives in a van. It might have been Norway. It was somewhere in EU area where their laws are such that if you're tired, the law mandates that you pull over and sleep. Yeah. And so he said it's the easiest of van life, because one of the challenges we have in America is you can't just stop anywhere. Now, if you're in Nevada, there's signs on the interstate. If you're drowsy, pull over and sleep. No problem. Can't do that anywhere east of the Mississippi River. BLM land is a good thing if you're out west. Here in the east, it's a lot harder. Now, there's ways to do it, but it's not as simple. Out there, yeah, you're tired, just pull over and sleep.
Yeah, that's some of the channels the other nomads had brought up too, is that, finding a place to rest is a real challenge, because if you sit like in a Walmart parking lot off on your own, sooner or later a police officer will come up and bang on your door. Mm-hmm. And want you to leave, but in some states, I guess if you're parked there and you tell them that you have to actually rest, you're too exhausted to drive, then they'll leave you alone.
Yeah. I've lived out of my car for months at a time in the past, and I found gas stations are just some of the best places to do that, Like right. Even when I was going down to the camp in Virginia, I had to stop and do a couple hours of work. I actually was full on fuel, but I needed to fill up my diesel tank for my heater. So I threw, $5 of diesel fuel in the diesel tank for the heater. And then the manager was checking me out and said, "Hey, is it okay if I just park over here for a few hours?" I don't care, And that's the thing. If you're there for days on end, yeah, you're gonna have a problem. But if you stop there for a few hours,
van with solar panels and all that on it, they're gonna think you're a mobile news unit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But I'm the
FBI. Get it right.
Yeah, the channel, the video that you talked about mandating rest. It sounds like my country, Norway. We have the rules. If the vehicle is above 3.5 tons, then there are the rules apply. That if you are driving, you can drive for 8 hours. But in between, after 4 hours, you have to have half an hour of rest, where you can, taking a ferry that takes half an hour do not count as resting.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to take a rest where people can eat and go to the toilet and so on. And then you have 4 more hours of driving. But if you are within 1 hour of reaching your destination, then you can exceed by 1 hour in order to get to where you're going. But then
you need a calculator to figure all that out.
Yeah, and then you have to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, that actually sounds familiar to the commercial trucking laws here. If there's any commercial truckers watching today, you can verify that. But I was pretty sure that's
it is 8 or 10 hours. You can is the maximum you can be on the road, and then you have to actually take an 8-hour break. There's a lot of people that get around this because they're couples. They're married couples that truck, so they can run continuously 16 hours because one's sleeping while the other one's, driving.
They do that here too. Someday.
Yeah, and that's a good plan.
And they make really good money that way too, because then they get speedy deliveries.
Yeah, absolutely. Back in the comments, is Android Auto a distro or Chrome OS? I have not heard of Android Auto specifically. Anybody know about that one?
I've never heard of Android Auto.
I've never heard of it either.
Okay, we don't know.
This packaging is made in such a way that they want you to tear it so you can't return it. Like they tuck it in such a way. It's crazy.
For what's it? What's the packaging?
This is a cheap webcam from Walmart.
Oh,
It's not own brand. It is Silo, which I don't know if that's any better. But I figured for a night or two, it's not going to hurt anything. It does look cool. It's silver. Looks metal.
Yeah. Chris says start using a Raspberry Pi. I have 4 Raspberry Pis mounted in this van. Thank you very much.
I don't want to tear it because I kind of want to take it back after tonight.
Okay. 3 of my Pis are Pi 4s. One of them's a Pi 2, and I have somewhere around here. I actually have my RetroPie video gaming system. I think it's in the cabinet over there, but it got lost in the
awesome.
shuffle. Excuse me.
Raspberry Pis are so cool.
Yep.
That is the future of computing.
Half asleep, not sure which half. That defines me right now. I'm like,
I think it's
very
more
jealous
things
of these
done on
cats.
remote servers and stuff. You're going to see more consumer grade devices. It's going to be Pi-based single board computers, and you're not going to have as many like high-end computers.
Well, geez, a number of states are like outlawing gaming computers. You cannot flat out buy, buy them.
Well, I have actually checking in on that, and that
California.
That is actually not what is happening.
California.
Hold up, guys.
Yeah.
Sylvia, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sylvia.
Yeah, I have glanced at the statue, and of course I can't find it now. But the issue is when the computer are running and doing its job, that is not what they are. Your computer can generate 15 kilowatts of power, and there is no regulation of any kind.
Is
But
it
the
15
regulation
or
is
75?
no. The regulation is when the computer is going into sleep mode or into hibernation.
Okay, so was it 15 or was it 75?
I don't remember the numbers, but the misunderstanding happened because almost everyone who wrote about it of the papers and the IT press, and everyone did not read what type of computers this apply to, and it was only when the computer is idle this regulation apply. So there is power supply that pushes too much power when the computer is in sleep mode or in hibernation. And that's and when the computer is running and doing its job, it doesn't apply. So this is to save power when the computer is doing nothing, not even having a screen
Well, this is one of the reasons why Microsoft Windows ships with their system installed. It's set for 15 minutes, and it actually powers down the monitors and stuff like that. And after half an hour, it goes into suspend. By default, it comes out of the box that way.
So Jeffrey is a trucker. He gives us some insight. In Jersey, so it's New Jersey, in a semi, just pull over to a fence area. They won't bother you. Truck stops allow you to sleep overnight. Semis have 7 hours at a time, 30-minute break, 10-hour break for every 11 hours of driving. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was kind of strung out like that. But yeah, the thing is in California.
Okay. Hold on. We have clarification. Android Auto. This is the infotainment system for cars based on Android.
Yeah, I just found that out myself. It's the Google answer to Apple's
So is it a Chrome OS, or is it just something else weird?
No, it's the article that I found out. It's the Google answer to Apple CarPlay. So
I guess we don't know. Bitcoin node running on my Pi 4. There you go. With Sync 3 makes hands free so easy. There you go. California. Yeah, I do want to get a little into California. Not a lot, but there's still a couple national parks in California I haven't been to yet. I've missed Redwood
Think
City.
you're homeless, they will treat you like crap.
Well, you know, I'll just go and pretend I'm a liberal.
I don't know. I watch Invisible People and some of the stuff they do.
Well, like the places I want to go in California are not the populated places. Really, California's really only bad in a few places.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in a lot of places in California, and frankly, most of it's not that bad.
Los Angeles is like the worst, and the freeways, they're parking lots.
Yeah.
I went to California once, and it's like to get 10 miles on a freeway, I spent an hour and 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a backup cam to my Alki. It's cheaply made. Wow.
Check out the stealth camping YouTube videos. Yeah, there's a guy up in Canada. I forget his name off the top of my head.
I can't complain.
I can't remember his name, but his challenge is to do stealth camping different places. Yeah, he's got some cool stuff. Sounds like the kids have got some games going on out there.
It seems that Android Auto is an app on the phone, whereas the infotainment system in Android is Android Automotive. It is not the same thing. So it seems like Google Android Auto is an app that you can install and interact with your car.
Okay, so the one on the car, is that like a Chrome OS, or is it just a simple OS UI
it's
thing?
It's called Android Automotive.
Okay.
That is the Android. That is the Google infotainment system.
Okay.
So that is an operating system, whereas the other one is.
If I ever get a newer vehicle, I'm going to be so lost.
I'm a little lost with the van, but what I like about it is it has the USB dongle you can use. So I've literally loaded everything that I have onto it, and then you can just search it up. So whether I want to listen to secular music or Christian music or a sermon or whatever else, I got it. You know,
my truck is like that too. You can plug the USB with all your entertainment.
Yeah, I mean I can do the Bluetooth stuff too, but no, I'm not doing Bluetooth. Sorry.
Yeah, not me either. The car that I have now, it came built in with a system where it had a USB where I can plug in, but it treated the USB stick as if there was no folders in the stick at all, and I had maybe 500 folders, one folder per artist, and and it treated everything as one big folder. So every artist number one, and so I changed that.
Yeah, I think mine must use some of the meta tag data, because I have everything in my system is meta tagged well. But the one thing I can't get to work is playlists. I can't get playlists functioning.
You know, something I learned is, MP3 files allow you to put album art in them, an album picture. I found out the radio in my truck will not accept an MP3 file that has a album art picture that's bigger than 125 kbytes.
Huh, nice. Interesting.
It rejects the whole song.
Wow.
It's flipping and flopping around terrible.
It says ID something can't be found, error, and moves to the next song.
I can't squeeze that tight enough to do anything. It's aggravating. Trying to mount this webcam.
That was kind of a hard thing to figure out why the damn song wouldn't play, you know?
Yeah.
What?
It was the album art.
Oh. It wouldn't play because it couldn't show the album art.
The art, it won't. It doesn't show the album art either. The screen's not big enough to do any album art. But if it has album art in it, it's bigger than 125K. It'll reject the whole song.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying.
It'll say the tag ID or something like that has error.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah. They need to fix that.
Well, no, it's the age of the vehicle. It was cutting edge stuff for its time. It's a 2012, and there's no Bluetooth. If you want to plug your phone in, you have to use an audio patch cable.
That's what the Subaru is. It's a 2012 Outback. It's forest green. It's beautiful, but very nice car. But Brett's got it right now. So my brother.
Who's smashing their keyboard? That must be Mark.
Yeah.
It's because I'm trying to mount this webcam, and it just refuses to mount. So I'm not even gonna try.
Okay. All right. Well, the kitty
It's just
was tangling his leash around. I just mentioned Kitty, and the other one's over here starting to wag her
whatever.
tail.
That's terrible. That's going back. I don't care if I tore the inside of the packaging. That to me is a defect. That is not okay.
It's
I'm
Walmart,
sorry.
so you can probably get your money back on that.
Yeah, I can probably do that, or at least get a gift certificate or something. I don't know.
All right. I think we'll go
Anyway,
ahead
it's
and,
going to allow the camera here. It's going to pick it right up in Linux as well as it did the microphone. Mic still sounds good.
Mark, Hanger 18 says you're just trolling.
I lost the audio. I don't know.
Trolling.
Probably because it wants to use the camera audio.
Hammer,
man.
there
I
you
have
go.
to tell it to
Actually, I
not
have
do
two
that.
hard drives on my
Oh,
desk that I know
go
I
ahead.
need to take a hammer to. I'm pretty sure they're fried, and I just need to make sure all the data can't be recovered off of it. So that should be two easy things I can do. Just give me a sledge. Need to destroy these hard drives.
Yeah, a friend of mine sent a photo to me on Facebook a few years ago, and he had opened one of his old hard drives, and the text on the message says that it was asking if I need a mirror to hang on the wall.
I got so many other gadgets around here. I need to actually sledgehammer to get rid of them. I even got an iPad too that I got to somehow either pop the screen open and get to the guts inside and smash them or something. I don't want to smash it because of the battery that's in it.
Just do it outside. It'll be a fun little explosion, and it'll guaranteed burn off all the data.
Yeah.
Duct tape? I don't know. What about duct tape? Yeah, oh, there you go, Mark. Duct tape. Use duct tape to get that camera mounted.
Use a clothespin.
Oh, is it? Let's see. Am I getting a Steam Deck? I just don't play enough games to justify it. Even a friend of mine who's a gamer is like, not really, which is kind of odd, but oh well.
You know, I've been noticing because I have a huge Steam library. All the games that I've had problems playing on Linux, Steam has actually gone through and updated Proton and worked on it and fixed and patched a lot of the games. Now all the games run pretty trouble-free.
That's good. Just don't duct tape the lens. There you go. Save the gold and silver from it. All right. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. We're right about 8 o'clock. So I'll do one video this week. I'll try and get a couple more up on the Van Life channel. If you missed that one, that's gonna be. I'm gonna drop the link in here again. You know what? Is that still open or not? I was gonna go ahead and drop the YouTube one directly this time. So if you guys want to follow along with what's going on in the van, that's where that one's going to be at.
I added it to my RSS reader.
Yep, I just have my my talking head video. I'm going to actually start putting in some stuff. Can't wait for the Steam Deck. It's like a laptop. There you go. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up so I can go watch some stuff burn and then eat a couple marshmallows and then sleep for a long time.
Are you burning just the shelf or the content who used to be on the shelf?
The what?
Are you burning?
Just the shelf.
Yeah.
Just the shelf. So, no content. I put most of the books and stuff in storage. Got rid of a few, but most of them in storage. So, all right. Well, I'm exhausted already. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you guys a little while. Surprised you didn't buy a surplus U-Haul. I don't want a box truck. They're annoying. They make much bigger homes, but they're annoying. I'd rather deal with the smaller space. All right. Have a good one, everybody. We will catch you guys
Howdy.
next time.
I can't hear
Later,
y'all.
everybody.
I haven't been able to hear y'all. I checked my connections in the back.
We
And
can
now we
see
can
you
see
now,
you.
too, Mark.